Some of the benefits of a tighter calving window involve getting calves on the ground sooner. You can get more calves on the ground earlier in that calving season. Then they're alive longer, so they have longer time to eat and put on more pounds of beef. Studies have shown increases of 20 to upwards of 40, 50 pounds increased weaning weight on those calves that are born early versus the ones that are born later in the calving season. You also create a more uniform, consistent calf crop, which is also better for marketability of those calves. And then there's lots of benefits on the cow as far as longevity. The fact that if I can get that cow to have a calf quick, she has a longer time to recover, so she breeds back sooner, and typically those will stay in the herd longer. So a fairly simple tool to use when using natural service or bull breeding in order to get more cows to breed up early in the breeding season, ultimately calving early in the calving season, is by using a simple approach of giving a prostaglandin such as estromate to all your cows 4 to 5 days after bull turnout. The primary objective of this is by giving a shot of estromate, you're going to force those cows to show a heat sooner, and at that time the bull will hopefully breed those up, and so you'll have more cows calving early in the calving season by doing this program. One simple approach to using synchronization in your cow herd with bull breeding would be using a prostaglandin such as estromate. The University of Nebraska in Lincoln did some nice studies where they put the bulls in 4 to 5 days after putting the bulls in. They ran all the cows through and gave them a shot of prostaglandin to force those animals to show a heat. And what this allows to do is the bulls will breed for 4 to 5 days. And one might be thinking, well, if I give a shot of prostaglandin, could that, cause abortions in the ones that were just bred? And the answer to that is very rare to know, because in the first 4 to 5 days after a cow shows a heat, or early on in that estrus cycle, cows have very low responsiveness to a prostaglandin injection. And so the bull's able to breed for 4 or 5 days, and then you force the rest of those cows by giving them a shot of prostaglandin to show a heat, and the bull catches those over the next 2 to 5 days. So hopefully in a 10-day window of those cows that are cycling, you're getting all of them to show a heat and the bulls to breed those. And with that, you'll get more calves on the ground quicker, which is shown to add anywhere from 20 to 40 pounds of weaning weight onto those calves. And they've followed both calves, heifers, and steers. They noticed upwards of $75, $80 higher carcass value of those steers that were born in the first part of the calving season versus those born later in the calving season. There's lots of synchronization programs out there that use timed artificial insemination that have 3 to up to 4 shoot runs in order to get this to happen. By using just the 1 injection of prostaglandin, it involves only 1 shoot run, and you can work with your veterinarian and your management team and hopefully incorporate this in a time when you're already giving vaccinations or dewormers. Even though there's a little more labor involved with that shoot run, profitability is there and makes it worthwhile. Do I need more bull power out there to cover this, since I'm going to force a big glutton of cows to show a heat in a very short time period? And the answer is no. Your bull power shouldn't change. You should always be doing the proper things with your bulls as far as vaccinations, breeding soundness exams, and so your bull power won't change using this protocol. If I breed a bunch in a short window, will that mean that I have a glutton of calves come calving season within a 2-day period? And the answer is no. Cows, even though they have a typical gestation length of around 280 days, that's still an average. A lot of times cows will calve up to 10 days, 2 weeks earlier, or even a week to 10 days later. And so you'll still have those calves spread out. Yes, you'll have more calving in a tighter window, but it's not like they're all coming at once. There's a lot of factors that go into optimizing your fertility or making sure you get the most cows pregnant at the opportune time. And some of those start with making sure you're working with your veterinarian, keep good notes on what that plan is so that you know what you did. Also, make sure that they're in good nutrition, good body condition at the beginning of the breeding season. You want those animals cycling and ready to go. You also want to make sure you have a good parasite control program, and also you have a good vaccination program in place for your cows, your heifers, your bulls. Reproductive management is key, but you want to make sure that no diseases are causing reproductive losses. I like to use a resource. beefrepro.org is the website. It's a great organization. They provide resources of best practices when it comes to optimizing fertility in your herd. So I encourage you to check out beefrepro.org. Working with your veterinarian for proper vaccination is critical, and even more importantly is the timing of those vaccinations. Proper vaccination of cows and first calf heifers should really focus on optimizing conception by reducing the amount of reproductive losses so that we can optimize conception in your herd. Bovillus Vista is a modified live vaccine which offers both respiratory and reproductive protection, such as BVD type 1 and type 2. Bovillus Vista offers a convenient dosing schedule so you can work with your management team and veterinarian for the best recommendations of timing of when to give these vaccines to protect your herd.
Do not administer Estromate to a pregnant cow unless abortion is desired. Severe localized post-injection clostridial infections have been reported. In rare instances, infection has led to death. Women of childbearing age, asthmatics, and persons with respiratory problems should exercise extreme caution when handling Estromate. Estromate is readily absorbed through the skin and can cause abortion and/or bronchospasms. Direct contact with the skin should be avoided, and accidental spillage on the skin should be washed off immediately with soap and water. For complete safety information, refer to the product label.